Once again, here's Rob Weller.
Yeah, and we've had some headliners on. John Cryer was with us earlier this evening, telling about us the new season 11 on 2.5 Men. Brian Fogel, who's got a new movie out called Utopia. But you know what I'd like to do is Brittany Ishibashi is going to call in, I think, in a little bit. Before we do that, though, let's. That's right. It's time for our news of the week. Some headliners. Andy and Say, what do you guys got?
Well, one of the a friend of the show, a friend of Hollywood Headliners, Dr. Drew revealed that he underwent surgery this summer to remove his prostate after doctors detected cancer. In an interview with People magazine, Pinsky says the surgery came after a Caribbean vacation left him feeling a little bit under the weather. Pinsky has made a complete recovery. He says he's cancer-free, and as only Dr. Drew could reveal, quote, "The erectile function is normal, sex drive is normal, bladder works normally, and I don't have to worry about prostate cancer."
That's my man, Drew.
He's got it under control.
Yeah. Actually, I knew about this. Bert Dubrow, who is on with us, who produces his show, I called Bert in early August. I said, hey, can we get Drew on the show real quick for a bite tonight? And he said, okay, you can't tell anybody. This has got to get. He's Drew's just come out of surgery, and everything's fine. Everything's good. Everything's fine. No problem. But you can't tell anybody. So I thought it was pretty good about not telling anybody.
Yeah,
so
thanks for keeping that secret.
Did he delay the surgery because he was nervous about the procedure?
No.
And the side effects?
No, not at all, as a matter of fact. And he, Drew is probably the smartest guy I've ever worked with, next to you two, of course.
Thank you.
But he's probably the smartest guy, and boy, does he know his medical stuff. And he's a thorough researcher. So I'm sure he probably did one evening of heavy research and then just went right.
Because he said his interview with People, the full interview is really interesting. Because he goes, I have a very active sex life with my wife, and it's like right
That's
out
true.
there, man.
That's he's that way. He's that way. I love that guy.
That is so cool.
I love that guy. Well, let's see if we can't get him on and see how he's doing.
Yeah.
All right. What else?
And looking back at the Emmys, so we're now learning that Michael Douglas gave an interesting acceptance speech.
It was good speech, yeah.
Hours before, he also thanked his estranged wife. He and Catherine Zeta-Jones, they're separated. But he was talking on the red carpet. He was telling the media how his marriage to Catherine Zeta-Jones might actually be on the mend. Quote, what he told People magazine, quote, "We're working things out, talking, and we'll see how she goes." Mm-hmm. Speaking of the marriage.
She's like bipolar or something. She's on some heavy meds. And
she is.
She's having some real issues.
And yeah. But now apparently he definitely went out of his way to thank her.
Right.
During his he won the Emmy for his role as Liberace.
Right. Did you see that, by the way?
I did and did not enjoy it.
It was tough seeing he and Matt Damon kissing.
Yeah.
But I knew
I thought the performances were interesting, but
it's tough.
You're
a little homophobic. That's
no,
okay.
No,
not really. It's
not at all.
No, really, the entire Hollywood community is going to be down in front of your house.
They're going to be what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. J-Lo.
Yeah. Oh, J-Lo. We could use a good J-Lo story.
Nice segue.
Yeah.
She has reportedly pulled out of a movie called The 33. That's the retelling of the Chilean minor drama.
Oh, I remember that.
She has a scheduling conflict because she's coming back to be a judge on
wait.
American Idol.
Wait. She was going to be in that movie. What was she going to be? One of the minors? They were all guys.
She's probably a wife of Antonio Banderas or Martin Sheen.
Oh, yeah.
So, if you remember, that's the story of those 33 miners who were buried half a mile under the earth, half a mile under the surface after a cave-in.
Unbelievable.
That was
they got those guys
3 years ago. It's probably an amazing movie.
So do you think she would have made more money doing that movie or more money doing American Idol?
American Idol.
So she didn't
on
care
the back end. And speaking of back ends, Kim Kardashian will lend her voice to the Fox animated series American Dad. Kardashian will play a furry alien who has a love interest with Roger. They fall in love after Kardashian's spaceship crashes on Earth. And there's other celebrities, including Zooey Deschanel, Olivia Wilde, Alison Brie, Stanley Tucci. They've also been lending their voices to
all people I like.
American Dad. Do you watch American Dad? Oh, you don't watch TV.
I don't watch it regularly. I don't watch
I do
anything.
know one show that you watch because it's not on TV.
No. Say watches only stuff on her iPhone.
Right. And Netflix, right?
Netflix.
And they have plans to bring more of the Bluth clan back to your computer screens.
Really exciting.
The chief content officer of Netflix says we could potentially see more Arrested Development, either as a TV show or as a movie. It's just a matter of
I hope there's more TV
scheduling
shows,
that cast.
and I hope that they do it in the original format, not this new fangled format.
Yeah, the new
I didn't like it.
the new format you don't like.
No, I liked the old way when the whole family's together. So hopefully they do
Yeah.
that.
All right, Andy, one more story.
And then another friend of Hollywood Headliners.
Yeah.
The producer of Army Wives.
Jeff Melvoin.
Got some bad news. They've canceled the show. It's the longest-running scripted drama series on Lifetime.
Yeah, 7 years, 7 seasons they had with
They
it.
wrapped its final season in June, and they're going to conclude with a 2-hour retrospective with the cast. It'll air early next year.
Yeah, I was talking to Jeff earlier today, and he found out Tuesday night, and they said you can't tell anybody. He promised not to tell anybody,
Yeah.
and then they
told
released
you,
it
of
once.
course,
Yeah, he
so.
told me.
Well,
You're just
Rob
on the
has
end.
all the great stories.
Because I know everything. I know absolutely everything. And coming up in just a second, Brittany Ishibashi, who was with us last week, went to the Emmys. She's our inside superstar that we had at the
Cuter than
Emmys.
cute.
She's going to be with us in just a half a second. But say a couple of stories that
Hi,
you've
yeah, I have a
got.
few. First, if you remember 2012, I know it was a long time
don't.
ago.
Yeah, wow, way back.
Remind me.
I'll take
Well,
you
that was
back,
an even year,
back
yeah.
to the Super Bowl halftime show when Madonna performed, and she brought M.I.A. on stage to do a little performance with her.
Uh-huh.
And towards the end of the performance, M.I.A. flipped everyone the bird.
Oh, how nice. What a great thing to do in the Super Bowl.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Meant no harm by it. And since then, the NFL has made a lawsuit against her, suing her for $1.5 million, saying that she has tarnished their brand, their very wholesome brand, by bringing this negative, crude behavior.
Oh.
So M.I.A. has fired back, saying the NFL's claimed reputation for wholesomeness is hilarious in light of weekly felonies committed by its stars, the bounties placed by coaches on opposing players, the homophobic and racist comments uttered by its players, the complete disregard for the health of the players, the premature deaths that have resulted from the same.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time disagreeing with her so
No,
far.
she's
and
dead
the
on.
raping of public entities
She's
ready to
dead on.
sacrifice public funds to attract teams. So she has asked her fans to send in other examples of how the NFL is not at all wholesome to help bolster.
So is she going to countersue him for?
Yeah, she's fighting it.
Yeah.
She says that she doesn't
NFL,
deserve.
the National Felony League.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So I'm with M.I.A. on this one. I don't think.
Well, have her come down here and flip the bird here.
Yeah.
Maybe we could
Hey,
use the
MIA.
we could use the publicity. All right, and you got one more?
I have one more. Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
You may know him.
Yeah,
from
well,
the band
nobody
Nirvana.
nobody knows him really now.
Not anymore.
No.
He's been gone for a few years.
Yeah.
His mother is selling his childhood home in Aberdeen, Washington.
Oh.
And the home was valued at less than $67,000.
Yeah, and
but
which-
she is selling it for $500,000. Hopefully, to turn it into a museum in honor of Kurt Cobain.
What can you get for $67,000 in Studio City?
Huge capital gains, probably. Oh,
You can
in
get
Studio City,
You can get like a tool shed.
you
I
couldn't
think,
get
let's see. Yeah, the tool shed out back of your estate.
you
Yeah.
couldn't get the tool shed at Brittany Ishibashi's house. Let me tell you that. And I think she's on the phone with us right now. Superstar next door neighbor Brittany, are you there?
Hello, next door neighbor.
Hey.
Have you sobered up? That's
Yeah,
the big question.
Right, we want to know. It's been almost a week since you were on with us. Have you sobered up? And could you come over and pick up a few of the beer cans that you and Jeff threw on my lawn?
We'll get on that right away. We'll
Yeah.
get on that right away.
Andy, I just have to. First of all, Brittany, thanks for being back on with us. I just have to say, Sunday afternoon, I looked out the front door, and the biggest limo I have ever seen. In fact, the limo was so long. Brittany's limo to pick her up. She had two guys picking her up, first of all. It wasn't just one driver. She had like a security guy with her also. And the limo was so long, it blocked 3 driveways. And the neighbors were out there. I mean, a couple of us, had to do an emergency run to 7-Eleven, pick up some milk.
Yeah.
We couldn't get out of our, so we
2 zip codes it covered.
unbelievable. It's the longest limo I've ever seen. And Brittany, you looked so gorgeous in that black dress.
Oh, well, I think that I needed a limo that big to fit that dress.
Yeah. It was one of those that was skinny on top, and then it flared out at the bottom, kind of like a big megaphone.
Listen to this
That's
fashion.
right.
Yeah,
That's a
wow.
wonderful
Yeah.
description.
Yeah. And it had like little ruffle things on it and all
Well,
that
Joan
stuff.
Rivers, but she's getting a little bit nervous.
Yeah. All right, so Thursday night you were here,
I want to hear Rob talk more about fashion.
and then it had a loose flare on her left shoulder. So Thursday night you were here. You got ready for your first party before you even came on our show. You brought your hair and makeup gal down here, and then you did
Team
our
Brittany,
show.
Team Brittany.
Yep, Team Brittany was here,
Team Brittany.
and then you went to your first big Emmy party right after the show at Soho. What was the rest of the weekend like, and that party? What was it like?
It was nonstop, and I got to tell you, Emmy weekend, you were right. It's just so much fun, and everyone you encounter is it's just this incredible spirit of celebration. And I guess there's something to be said about when people you just get to know. Everyone's the same when you're stepping on each other's trains and spilling drinks on each other, I guess.
Yeah.
I hate when that happens.
All right, wait a minute. So your first party was at Soho, which is this very exclusive club right on Sunset Boulevard. It's in the last building before you go into the big mansions in the Beverly Hills area. So it's really a prime location. What was that party like?
It was beautiful. It was in what they call their garden terrace, where apparently they've flown in olive trees and planted them with a crane on this, penthouse rooftop.
Oh my God!
Very dark, very very moody. Great food. Great food was a really consistent thing throughout the weekend.
So you basically went just to kind of hog down on the food.
Basically, I think, with the 2-week Emmy diet, I was ready to kind of like put it all back on this one weekend.
All right, who was there? Who did you get to meet? What'd you see?
Well, I've got to say, this entire weekend, I was looking for Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
And I didn't see him until the very last party, the HBO after party, after the Governor's Ball, after the actual Emmys.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a chance to make my way through to say hello to him and tell him how much I love his work.
He was probably stuck under your dress.
He was.
She's heard that before.
He's still there somewhere.
Yeah. Shake him out and get him on the phone.
Peter.
Oh, sorry. So you wanted to see Peter Dinklage, but who did you see, Brittany?
Oh, my goodness. All of these really incredible female actresses that I just admire so much.
Yeah.
I think a big part of it, too, was Ellen Burstyn having won the Emmy.
Yeah.
Right.
Sitting at the Governor's Ball, and all of these people were coming up to congratulate her and just say hello. And so just, meeting Melissa Leo and, just all these really strong, beautiful women, Sarah Paulson, Michelle Dockery, that I've always admired. I love their work, and it was really, really cool. I also saw James Cromwell on that Friday night, and I got so tongue-tied.
Oh, now I got to tell you. In fact, I'm going to try to find this picture, Brittany. I don't mean to be boasting, but back at my production offices, we rented them out one weekend for a small independent film, and Cromwell was the star in it. So he was in this power office, and he had all these pictures on the wall, and he needed a picture of him winning an award. So there's a picture, and they wanted me to pose with our Emmy. So Cromwell and I are holding our Emmy up and cheering like we just won the darn thing. And I got that photo. And so when he won his Emmy, I thought, sweetie, I told Barbara, help me find the photo. I got to find the photo of me and Cromwell with an Emmy.
Did you get to hold an Emmy did you get to hold Ellen Burstyn's?
Yeah,
I did. It felt great.
I know. You wanted to steal it from her, didn't you, Brittany? You wanted Ellen.
Never from Ellen.
You wanted Ellen to die right there so you could take it. I know. I know how you young actresses are. You ingenues.
Cutthroat.
Yeah, you want everything that us old people have worked for.
Us?
I do want a picture of you and James Cromwell.
Honestly, as soon as I can find that damn thing, I'm coming over to you and Jeff and knocking on your door. I don't care if it's 4 a.m.
I don't care if it's 4 a.m. I want to see that picture.
Let's talk a little bit about Sunday, because there you were in the limo, and you come down to the Nokia down there by the Staples Center, which is this incredible new area in downtown Los Angeles, and you're waiting in line, and you get out of the limo. What's the first thing that kind of happens?
Well, my expectations for it were so different than what actually happened.
Okay.
We left here with what we thought was plenty of time. We left at 3 p.m. And got downtown pretty quickly, but we're stuck in this traffic jam of limos for an hour and a half.
Oh my
God! We barely made it into the theater before they closed the doors and wouldn't let anybody else in.
Oh my God!
We had to be in our seats by 4:45. So literally, when the moment the doors were open and I put my foot down on that carpet, they just rushed us right into the theater.
So you didn't get a chance to hang and schmooze with all the stars on the red carpet?
I didn't get a chance to walk through or talk to any. I walked through all the beautiful dresses and but mostly it was just kind of feeling like we got to get you in your seats. We got to get you in your seats. So they literally just pulled me all the way through, right into the theater, and they closed the doors, and then Neil Patrick Harris started the show.
I would, first of all, like M.I.A., I'd sue. I'd countersue. I'd sue the Emmys. Just say, look, I've got was everybody kind of late? I mean, what time did the other stars get there?
Everyone was there really early, and I don't know. I always assumed that the biggies kind of got there a little bit later.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd be there in plenty of time to kind of just be able, to be able to take my time and walk through. But everyone, when I was sitting there stuck in that traffic jam, I was checking Twitter, and I kept seeing all these picture posts of all these big name stars that were arriving, and I was like, oh boy, everyone's already there.
Wow.
So the first really huge carpet experience I got to have was that was the long one at the HBO party that night.
Yeah. And what was that like?
And that was really fun. That was the fun where we got to walk down the whole thing, take the fun beauty shots and gown shots and talk to
Brittany, do a 360.
Latin America.
Yeah, right.
Is it scary with all these photographers yelling at you, trying to take your picture, or is it exciting?
They're all so sweet.
They seem very aggressive.
Because they're all calling your name, and so you feel like you're called a million different ways, and some are saying to smile, some are saying to turn, so you feel like you're in Cirque du Soleil.
You got to get your act kind of down, don't you? It's like, well, guys, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pose to the left, pose to the right, smile, hands down, now hand on the other hip. I mean, we watched Charlize Theron.
It's really a rehearsed thing. Yeah.
It is, yeah. And you know what? It's almost better for them because they know you're going through your routine then, and they don't bother you as much. They just start shooting and shut up.
And when they know, what to catch.
Well, did you hang with anybody at the HBO party? I mean, tell me that you tipped a couple of good ones.
We met the Modern Family cast and one of my absolute favorites, Jesse Tyler Ferguson, who I just think is so hysterical.
Yeah.
And got to hang out with him. Kerry Washington, who I adore. We hung out with her for a while.
Oh, boy.
Her dress was beautiful. And she's stunning, absolutely stunning.
Were you surprised she didn't win?
The what?
Were you surprised she didn't win?
I was. I love Scandal, and I think she does an amazing job.
I think that was one of the surprises.
I think she is going to be a freaking huge superstar.
Big time.
Yeah, I think Scandal is just a matter of time if getting her off and dead so Brittany can take over that role, and then Carrie can go off and do a bunch of freaking movies. That's kind of, if I was your manager, that's what I would try to put out.
I'm going to pass that on.
Yeah, would you? All right, so you got to hang with her. Who did your husband Jeff get to see?
It's so funny because he's in the solar world, and so a lot of these stars, that were walking by, he wasn't entirely fazed by.
Yeah,
he thought it was really cool, but he kind of geeked out over meeting Elon Musk.
Oh,
wow, that's
Tesla,
cool.
and he got completely tongue-tied, debated for what seemed like 15 minutes, but whether he should even ask him to take a picture with him.
Yeah, cool.
It was the most adorable, endearing thing I've ever seen.
Are you guys getting a free Tesla now?
Ooh, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
I love those cars.
You know who Jeff told me? You know who Jeff told me he saw that knocked him out? Dwayne Wade. He said, I looked over at the Soho party and there was D. Wade, man. It was like, wow.
Yeah, that was the sports guys, and then the Tesla, the green guys.
Yeah.
And what's so awesome is when those NBA guys are there, is you have this sea of 5'7" Hollywood people.
Yeah.
Then you have the 7'1" basketball players that are just heads above everyone else.
Well, Brittany, first of all, thanks for following up with us today. Thanks for being our insider, deep, exclusive reporter for Hollywood Headliners. Thanks for sending those shots over to Say you're going to post all those on our site.
On our Facebook, so look up Hollywood Headliners on Facebook. You can see
and
them.
Amber will put some of the shots in on our Hollywood Headliners YouTube channel also. And Brittany, I appreciate it. Congratulations on your first season of fun Emmy parties and Emmy adventures.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for all of your insight and help.
Yeah, well, I'll send.
We're here to serve.
No, we're not. I'll send the bill over in the morning. All right, Brittany, take care. Well, I'll see you after I get home, and I'll come over and rake your yard like I promised.
And then I'll pick up those beer cans.
Yeah, it's a deal. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Brittany Ishibashi, who has been at the Emmys this week. What a fun, gosh, what a neat deal. Okay, I just want to talk about a couple of things. Good show today. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Just want to talk about a couple of things. Don't forget our YouTube channel, our Hollywood Headliners YouTube channel. Please go there and take a look at some of the shows that we've done and see.
Are we approaching 500 likes?
We are. We're very close.
Yeah, we're getting close to 500.
If you are the 500 liker, you get a prize.
What did we send to our 450th?
Beautiful beautiful gift basket.
Yeah, it was a real
And she
freaking gift.
loved it.
Yeah, we can't afford that.
So
Yeah, I
if you
don't
want a
know.
gift basket, like away.
And also, go to our
Wait a
UB
minute. What are you promising this time?
If you want something like us,
You guys.
It could be one of Rob's old sweaty T-shirts.
It
could
might
this
be.
cup.
That's what you guys are getting
Or
paid.
this cup. Togos.
Also, UBN Archives, our shows are on there, so go ahead and check out what's coming up. Next couple of weeks.
We're going to look at the new TV season next
yeah.
week with a couple of critics. Their heads have been buried for the last couple of weeks looking at everything,
no
cable, broadcast. And so far, so good. There's been some real cool things.
Yeah, you and I saw one that we really like called Blacklist on NBC.
James Spader.
I've seen commercials for that. Looks pretty enticing.
You know what? You got to check it out.
Very cool.
It is. It's a good show.
I'm just looking forward to Breaking Bad on Sunday.
I want the star of that show to be
Sunday
on the
night.
show.
Sunday night.
Tell the producer. By the way, the producer of Hollywood Headliners is Andy Epstein. Our social media czarina is Say Rose.
Me.
And Amber Hannon is our video fantastic DP and video editor.
And CFO.
And
Emma.
CEO and CMO and
HMO.
the whole thing.
HBO.
We're on every Thursday night live here on
LOL.
UBN from 7 to 7:50.
LMFAO.
Catch us on the archives.
RO.
You are as entitled to Hollywood as anyone, but if you're going to come out here, be ready.
OMG.
It's a blast. We have a good time, except working
TTYL.
with these two.
LOL.
Have a good week, everybody.
Peace.
We'll see you next week. Bye.